And then you get down to implementation, and it's like, wait a minute, this doesn't work. And now we end up having to build a custom solution, or not doing what we want, or spending more money than we thought. And it just doesn't quite get into the end line, to the goal line. So we've stepped into quite a few places and said, okay, here's how we get you there. Here's what it'll cost. Very transparent about upfront pricing and all that stuff, and time, and trying to be as clear as we can about the complexities of the situation. And so that's the service we bring to our customers. And it's been great. We've been doing this for 5.5 years now.
Yeah, it's a real, it's an important service that you provide, and it's why you've built a nice business around it. And, and that's even how I think we ultimately engaged, is that as the market is coming around to, a realization that OpEx matters and that some of these, and I say that, with a chuckle, right? Because it should be like, well, obviously, but yet I think there was a period of time, especially as some of these platforms and services were being built out and didn't have the utilization they have today. You know what? Just spinning up servers on the cloud was probably the right choice, actually, at that time, because it could be done very, very easily. You didn't have to bear the burden of the CapEx and everything we know about the cloud, right? But I know that you're seeing from your customers, and, we're certainly seeing from our customers. And again, that's partially not only what brings us together, but, what's brought us together is people are saying this isn't sustainable. Like just running CPUs, more CPUs in the cloud, buying more instances, renting more instances, and running software is just simply not sustainable. And so then that's bringing in the need for dedicated hardware. And as soon as you do that, you now need new system architectures. And then that's where people go, hang on, either I don't have the engineering capacity to build it, or I have the engineering capacity, but I want my in-house team working on other things. And that's where they bring in you and Arcadian.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Can't tell you how many times we've talked about the cloud and how amazing it is, and then how much of a burden it can be. And don't get me wrong, I love AWS, I love Azure. They have revolutionized everything I've done. I mean, it's an incredible service, but if you aren't looking at it the right way, you get stuck. And a lot of clients, like you said, they use it because it's quick and it's easy and it's very helpful, and it gets you started really fast. And any startup should be using AWS. Don't buy your own hardware if you're starting up. Just get in the cloud and get it working, that kind of thing. And then as you start to scale, if you're not thinking about what the next steps are or the next use case, you get stuck. And this is the big conversation we have, is a lot of people have built these platforms and these workflows for a single use case. So they launched the streaming service and they used AWS or Azure, and that's their partner, and things have gone well, and it cost them a lot of money, and they got it up and running. And now they're like, this is exciting. Let's do another streaming service. Let's make a fast service. Let's do some AVOD one-off. Let's talk to one specific market in Latin America, and let's use this tech we have. And then they're like, this doesn't work this way.
It doesn't work. The economics don't work. My CPMs aren't high enough, to pay for the infrastructure. Yeah.